Yeah. Well, I haven't looked at the tape yet. I'll look at it either tonight or tomorrow. Um, but obviously, they've struggled of late, and if you're in this league long enough, that happens. It's happened to us. It happens to a lot of the teams, and they've had a couple tough weekends, back to back. But I think a club that reminds me of us a lot, where they have several key. Parts of their team that have been in the league for a few years, and a very talented group, and a lot of the same names when you look at Reed and Cousineau and Luttrell and those guys, and so you know I think somebody made a comment to me earlier today. That you're catching them at a good time. I don't know if there's ever a good time. You got to be careful of looking behind you. You got to be careful of looking too far ahead of you. You got to stay in the moment and play your best baseball. And as we all know, if you don't play well, you lose in this league. Regardless of who you're playing. And so they're certainly a very capable team. You look, and it's a team that's was ranked in the top 10 or so just a couple weeks ago, like us. And so nobody knows more about that than we do. So you got to play your best baseball. But a talented group, they're hitting in 260s. They were hitting much better, a few weeks ago. Pitching wise, they've been throwing three left-handers on the weekend, and all three are very good. They got a experienced closer. They have everything to be successful.
I feel like y'all have done a good job this season of staying in the moment, not looking ahead, not thinking about the past too much.
Well, I don't know if I'd give us an A on it. I think, when we hit the little lull a few weeks ago, I think we could have done a better job of keeping it, keeping our perspective. But it's tough. It's a tough league. It's a very humbling league, and I think we started off so good, such at a good pace and fire that once we stumbled a little bit, we questioned ourselves a little bit. But I like where we are now. I think we're playing much better. I think we're playing more relaxed, but with more energy and more confidence, and that's what you need to do.
You have 6 SEC wins in a row, and they've struggled a little bit coming in to get some wins. Does momentum end? Does all that end with first pitch, or do you hope carries over?
I don't think there's momentum like that in baseball. I think like I just said, I think the game is very humbling. This league's very humbling, and things can change very quickly. And it's all about making pitches. It's all about getting hits. And I know that's very boring and then tough to write, and so many blogs and stories and all of that you guys have to. But that's really the truth. It's about playing well. And so if you play well and you're good enough, you usually win in this league. But if you don't play well, it doesn't matter how good or how talented you are, you lose. So what you did last week doesn't really matter. We went from getting swept to sweeping, 2 weekends in a row, and that happens in our league. And so no, it's more about playing well than momentum or anything like that.
Did you make anything of their 18-inning game last night? It's just college kids. I mean, they stay up late anyway.
Yeah, I think you got to be really careful to, those types of, hey, well, they played 18 innings, they're going to be tired, and it's a short week, we're playing on Thursday. Sometimes those are things that get people started, when they kind of reach the valley and, they're ready to come out. And again, I think it has less to do with that. Would you want that to happen? I'm certainly, if you asked, Gary and myself, and I'm sure any other coach, nobody wants to play 18 innings and not have, not be on the right end of the scoreboard at the end of it. But no, I'm sure they'll be ready to play. They got a day off. Yeah, they're 18 to 22-year-old college kids. There's worse things, physically that they've been through. So no, I'm sure they'll be ready to play.